Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School as tonight we get ready for Roseburg football here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. It's a wonderful night here in the Umpqua Basin. After expecting rain throughout the day, it's actually not turned out to be too bad, but we will see how things continue throughout the rest of this evening. As we welcome you here to Roseburg High School, we tell you tonight the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen in what is normally a Southwest Conference affair. And tonight, it's a bit of a milestone matchup as it's the 100th meeting between these two schools. It should be an interesting one here tonight as both teams still looking to try and, I think, get things figured out as they get into what is a pandemic-shortened season. It's going to be an interesting one tonight. We look forward to the sun setting and the lights coming on here at Finlay Field as it is high school football on a Friday here in the Umpqua Basin. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in and joining us. We've got plenty coming up here in the pregame show. We'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger here in just a little bit. Get a coach's interview in to preview tonight's matchup, as well as look back to week one and see what the coach thought about Roseburg's first meeting of the night. We do want to welcome into tonight's broadcast our fans from Grants Pass that are tuning in and either watching online or listening on their radios on KJO AM 1270 and 99.7 FM, or possibly listening at kjo.com. Welcome in, everybody from Grants Pass. We wish you could be here filling up the stands tonight on this Friday night, but nonetheless, we thank you for tuning in and following the action with us. And we are streaming tonight's game with video live online at 541radio.com. It's presented by Renco General Contractors. They specialize in industrial and commercial construction, so whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. When we come back here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with Coach Dave Heiberger. We're counting down to kickoff. It's Roseburg football hosting Grants Pass tonight right here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Just a sec here. Okay, I'm ready for you. Welcome back to Finlay Field for tonight's matchup as the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen. It is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Well, as we get ready for tonight's matchup and continue on with your pregame show, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. And we talked with Coach Heiberger yesterday, and we started with a look back at last week's matchup where the Roseburg Indians took on the South Medford Panthers, and I was curious what he thought about his expectations going into the game versus how things ended up working out on the field.
fast and enjoyed being back underneath the lights. And I think they did that, and I think they represented the program well on Friday night.
Obviously. Oh, we apologize for the technical difficulties there, folks. Apparently, my interview with Coach Dave Heiberger wants to play multiple times here tonight. Let's go ahead and try it here again with Coach Dave Heiberger. As the Roseburg Indians get ready to take on the Grant. Well, apparently I've got some sort of issue going on with my system there. So we will go ahead and we will move forward. And unfortunately, don't have the interview there with Coach Heiberger, but we will, we'll continue on with your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Technology. It's great sometimes when it works the way it's supposed to. And I'm not sure exactly why it's not working the way it's supposed to there. So we will continue on here from Finlay Field on our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. A beautiful night here from the Roseburg as we get ready to go. Did not really expect this, was looking more towards the possibility of rain here this evening, and it's still probably out there. Have been told that there is a possibility for a possible thunderstorm rolling through this general region, but it looks like right now 52 in Roseburg, clouds overhead, but some blue sky off in the distance, and it does look like we could possibly stay dry the rest of the night and not see rain until late overnight here in the Roseburg area. That'll be beneficial as we are experiencing plenty of rain here this week and expect to see some great weather coming up in the not-too-distant future. But tonight, looking pretty good. Actually feeling quite a bit like fall football here in the Umpqua Basin. Tonight, you've got Roseburg and you've got Grants Pass. Grants Pass 1-1 on the season for the Cavemen. Roseburg 0-1 on the year. Last week, Roseburg falling against South Medford 28-14, your final score there. Roseburg actually did win the turnover battle in that matchup, but their offense struggled, and then they had two costly turnovers late in that first half, or in that second half, and South Medford would score 3 touchdowns in the final 3:51 to pull away for that 28-14 victory. Meanwhile, Grants Pass winning at Crater last week, 21-13. They were down at halftime, 13-7 against Crater, but they shut out the Comets in the second half, put up 14 points after the break, and Crater turned the ball over on its first 3 possessions, had 5 turnovers total in that contest. So Grants Pass really taking advantage of miscues. Roseburg did a good job of not turning over the ball much of that game against South Medford, and they're really going to have to try and do that again here this week. But the big focus could be on the offense, where Roseburg last week produced only 95 yards in that interview that I was hoping to have for you here on the program today. Coach Heiberger saying that look around the state. Scores aren't really getting out of control. It's been pretty low scoring. Offenses around the state, not just for Roseburg, still trying to figure themselves out. It is a work in progress for every high school team out there, and Roseburg breaking in a couple of young new quarterbacks. Dominic Titone, the lefty, only a junior, and then behind him, Evan Corbin, a sophomore. Both seeing action last week against South Medford. They'll both be in action again tonight as head coach Dave Heiberger and his staff continue to work in the young quarterbacks, trying to get them ready for the future of the program. So we will continue on here with your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look at presumed starting lineups for tonight's matchup as the teams are getting ready to come back out on the field here in just a little while. We'll have a 60-second break here coming up in just a moment, but before we take that, remind you that tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, and by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. We'll have more of your Roseburg Disposal pregame show coming up. Don't forget, folks, if you're just joining us, we are streaming with video online for free at 541radio.com. You can tune in and catch all the action there. It was great to see all the viewing numbers last week. We had a huge week, and it was exciting to have everybody here joining us on the video stream. Tonight, joining us here at the field, it's Mr. Hansen and the Roseburg High School Band. Looking forward to our first national anthem from the Roseburg Band coming up in just about 5 minutes from now. We'll go ahead and take another 60-second break as we continue on with your Roseburg Disposal pregame show right here on 541radio.com. Tonight in Grants Pass on KJO, AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back, everybody, here at Finlay Field tonight. The Roseburg Indians getting ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen. Joey Keyran here with you. Disappointed I didn't get that interview in with Coach Heiberger there. We had a great talk with him earlier here this week, and I was looking forward to bringing you guys that information there. But such is life. Well, we get ready to go. Roseburg coming out, taking the field in their black uniforms, orange numbers outlined in white on the front and the back and on the shoulder pads. On the side of the black pants, the orange stripe with Indians in white down the side. Black helmets with the orange feather on the side with the orange face mask as well. On the other side, Grants Pass not out of the locker room yet, but they are in white tonight with their blue trim as they get ready to go. The flag at half staff here tonight. Not sure the reason behind that. It might be the shooting in Atlanta. That's kind of what I was leaning towards, getting some word that that's probably the case here tonight. So they've got the flag at half staff as we get ready for the national anthem coming up here in just a few. And beautiful night. We've got the captains coming out for Grants Pass here at the moment. Let's take a look at some of our starters here tonight. Let's take a look at the offenses for Roseburg. Dominic Tatone, the quarterback, will split time with Evan Corbin back behind center. They threw for a total of 43 yards last week. Not necessarily the best, but they didn't turn the ball over, which was good. Corbin did have a fumble when he tried to scramble once. In the backfield, you'll see Braden Steinacre and Garrett Schultz. They will split time back there, carrying the ball. They totaled 52 yards on the ground a week ago. Out at the wide receivers, Colton Marsters, Logan Klopfenstein, Alaric Call, Landon Duper, Carson Dunn. You'll see a mixture of all of them. Alaric Call will head out towards midfield for the coin toss tonight. On the other side, it's Dante Haven, who is there representing Grants Pass. I'm waiting to find out the starting line for Roseburg. They did have some injuries last week. A lot of cramping for Roseburg. They're hoping to fix that with a little bit of conditioning here in this last week and preparing a little better for this matchup. Guys that had a lot of time off, and so they were cramping towards the end of that game last week. We'll see if things improve this week for Roseburg, but wanted to find out who might be up along that front line for Roseburg before we get there. On the other side for the offense for Grants Pass, you've got, based on my scouting, Kai Perez, Logan Vineyard, Taholo Vainuki Johnson, Andrew Prulier, and Riley Boney, that along your front line there. Hunter Gonzalez, your senior quarterback. Spencer Sloan, the running back, along with Jaden Brown, a pair of seniors. David Ruiz at fullback. In your wide receiver slot positions, you've got Dante Haven, Jet Hood, Cole Nicholas, Devik Chang, and Noah Martinez. A mixture of those guys going to be in there. And Wariarte is another guess at a name there. I apologize. It's with all the COVID-19 restrictions and whatnot, I try to stay as far away from the field as possible, which means I don't get the chance to get down and talk to coaches to get pronunciations as much as I would like to do. Roseburg won the toss, and they will receive to start out this ball game, and we are about ready to go. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break as the national anthem is played here from Finlay Field, and get ready for Roseburg football coming at you tonight. A 2-minute break, and we'll be back with kickoff. It's Roseburg football, streaming online at 541radio.com, thanks to Rinco General Contractors. And this has been your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Back with kickoff in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, KJO.com, and here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Finlay Field as we get ready to go for kickoff. Joey Kieran here with you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Kickoff is away. It's a ground ball kick, bounces over a couple of the upmen. It is taken just inside the 30, and that is where Roseburg will have the football. Ben Pike there to recover that kickoff, and Roseburg will have the ball to start out tonight's contest. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching. Roseburg will start at their own 29-yard line. They'll send out Dominic Titone, the junior quarterback, will lead things out for the Indians. 5'7", 165 pounds. First down and 10, right hash mark for Roseburg. Titone under center, Steinacre in the backfield, move a man in motion. Fake the handoff, it's going to be a keeper for Titone. Sidesteps a linebacker, he's into the secondary, loses the football, it's still on the turf. It dived for it, it looked like maybe Kincaid got on top of it. The officials going in to check on the bottom of the pile, waiting for a signal. Grants Pass says they have it, and it is Grants Pass football. It was a run out to the 45-yard line. Roseburg had great movement there. Would have been a pickup of 16, but a fumble on the play by Titone and covered by Grants Pass. And the Cavemen will have it with 11:50 to go in the first quarter, starting in Roseburg territory at the 45. Well, that is an unfortunate start of tonight's ball game for the Indians. Grants Pass will have it. It'll be Hunter Gonzalez to lead things out. First snap to Gonzalez. Big quarterback turns, hands it off. Running right side is Brown. High tackle and a penalty flag comes out as Colton Marsters gets in on the first tackle of the game for Roseburg. A run got out to the 44 by Jaden Brown. Jaden Brown, a senior, 5'8", 156 pounds. Right now, 207 yards on the season for him. He'll draw a face mask penalty. And that will give an extra 15 yards to Grants Pass after the 1-yard pickup on the ground by Brown. So with 11:45 to go in the first quarter, we've had two offensive plays, one penalty, a turnover. Grants Pass up to the 28-yard line with the football. The center will snap it in shotgun to Gonzalez running right side. Brown, he is taken, wrapped up by Alaric Call down at the 25-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Brown. He's had 2 carries. Spends time in the backfield along with Spencer Sloan. Back there, Dante Haven in there, and David Ruiz, as they've got 3 backs in the backfield, fake the handoff, looking to throw, go that seam route, and Gonzalez overthrows his intended target, trying to go to the tight end, Dante Haven, honorable mention, All-Southwest Conference selection last season, back in 2019, for this Grants Pass team, senior at 6 foot, 190 pounds. You'll have Haven, he's been in the backfield, along with Ruiz. They bring the tight end out, the fullback out. Haven will stay in as that H-back. Lining up behind him is Brown. In shotgun, Gonzalez will motion Haven out. Chang to the right, 2 targets to the left side. Hood in the slot for Grants Pass. Move him in motion left to right. Fake the handoff, give it to Brown, running left side. The misdirection works. Down to the 15-yard line. Grants Pass will move the chains with the first down as Jaden Brown continues his attack on the ground, this time picking up 10 yards to the 15, which makes it 1st and 10. 14 yards now on the ground for Brown as he sets up in the pistol behind Gonzalez. Trips to the right side. Out there, Wariarte along with Martinez and Hood. Pass left side, intended for Chang, alone out on that far side. A little bit too low in coverage, Landon Duper. Tonight wearing number 7. Duper trading in the number 82. Second down for Grants Pass into the red zone at the Roseburg 15-yard line. Up along that front. Big bodies up there, 255, 305, 247, 260, 288. Something that Coach Heiberger talked about in our conversation previously. Snap to Gonzalez, turns, hands it to Brown, running left side, slips 1 tackle down to the 10-yard line, stays on his feet, gets help from his big lineman behind him. Logan Vineyard, a second-team all-conference selection in 2019, comes in to help move the pile inside the 10 down to the 9. That'll be a pickup of 6 for Brown. He's up to 20 yards on 4 carries, 10:36 to go first quarter, no score. Facing 3rd down and 3 now for the Cavemen. 3 backs in the backfield, surrounding Gonzalez, claps his hands off, running right side, slipping tackles to the goal line, trying to strip the ball, hanging on, touchdown, Jaden Brown. The senior's in for the score. And it'll put Grants Pass on top. 6-0, pending that extra point coming up. Jaden Brown doing all the work on that drive. He had every bit of yardage. Finishes off with a 9-yard touchdown run. Now the PAT kick up and through. And with the PAT, Miles Anderson, he was 5 for 5 in the first 2 weeks. He's now 6 for 6. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. A turnover turned into points for Grants Pass. Back after this quick 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, hey, where did you get that great smile? And for you to be able to say, at Current Orthodontics.
Roseburg will get the ball for a second time after fumbling on their first possession. The kick coming. Anderson again, a ground ball kick. It goes to one of the upmen. It's Steinacre that'll fall on top of it. And he will keep the possession for Roseburg. Out at their own 34-yard line. Roseburg looking to try and get some offensive momentum here this second time around. They had a great first play designed for Tatone, but Tatone ended up coughing it up at the end of that run, had it poked out of his hands. So Roseburg will try to hang on this time. It is Tatone. Last week, they kind of split it up by halves, first half, second half. They had intended to try and switch Titone and Corbin a little bit more often than that prior to the second half. But they got kind of caught up with the action with the first game of the season and did not get the quarterback in until the second half. Second possession, starting at their own 34. Man in motion, turn, handed off. Steinacre running left side. The dive goes for short yardage, if any. They'll pick up one out to the 35. Steinacre, a junior, listed at 5'9", 200 pounds. Last week, had a couple of yards on the ground. Nobody really racking up too much yardage last week for Roseburg. Had, again, a total of 43 yards rushing. 52 yards rushing, 43 through the air. Titone in shotgun. Schultz behind him. Garrett Schultz, the junior running back, at 190 pounds. Fake the handoff, looking to throw. Goes seam route, have a man open. It's Klopfenstein. He'll make the safety miss, and he's at the 25 to the 15 and in for a touchdown. Roseburg answers 2 plays later, and the Indians are on the board with 9:31 to go in the first quarter. What a play. The seam route up the right side, and Roseburg to the house. That's going to be a 65-yard touchdown pass. Klopfenstein breaking loose, beats the safety, and it was off to the races. What a play for Roseburg. Obviously the longest play of the season for Roseburg. The kicker, right-footed kicker, down. The kick is blocked, and that will do it. And it'll stay a 7-6 score. Roseburg answers quickly. Good to see some offensive momentum there for the Tribe. We'll take another 30-second break here in the first quarter. It's Grants Pass 7, Roseburg 6 on 541radio.com, on KJO in Grants Pass, and here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Well, we find ourselves with a entertaining start to this ball game. 7-6 our score. Roseburg in the end zone on the 65-yard touchdown pass from Titone to Klopfenstein. The extra point, the kicker today, Jackson Bartlett. The PAT was blocked, so it stays a 1-point edge for Grants Pass. Tiger Black will boot one deep over the top of everybody into the end zone for a touchback, and that'll bring it out to the 20. 9:31 to go here in the first quarter. Grants Pass with the ball. That is almost as many yards on one play for Roseburg than they had all of last week against South Medford. So that is positive momentum for this team. Start out at their own 20 here for Grants Pass. Looking to respond. Shotgun snap for Gonzalez. Goes out on the out route. Trying to go to the sideline to Hood. And Jet Hood couldn't get both hands on it. Goes off his fingertips. 0 for 2 so far to start out the game for Gonzalez. Roseburg football here on The Score is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. And by Fisher's Hearth and Home. Second down and 10. Clock stopped at 9:28. Shotgun snap. Gonzalez hands it off the end around. That's Hood. He'll take it to the far side before he is forced out of bounds. Gets it out to the 24-yard line. And that'll be the first carry tonight for Hood. He picks up 4 yards on the ground. 3rd down and 6 now, and Roseburg's defense an opportunity to maybe get off the field. Well, set up here. Roseburg a 3-man front looking to try and send a blitz. Some movement, but they stay onside. Long take here. Gonzalez up at the line, will reset the play, moves the running back up to his right, stays in to block, looking to pass, looking downfield. Gonzalez pump fake once, going downfield, lost one high in the air. Carson Dunn there, hand fighting and no flag, and Dunn recovers against Hood, and it's incomplete, and Roseburg looks like they'll force a 3-and-out against Grants Pass. Carson Dunn, a big game last week, had a fumble recovered for a touchdown in the end zone. He also then had an interception later in the game. So a big game last week. Dunn will set up deep to return a possible punt here. They'll put the ball on the left hash mark. 9:16 to go with the clock stopped. Ruiz, the deep punt man, a late man on for Grants Pass on the punt coverage team. Dunn backs up to about his own 35. Snap, a little long. Ruiz gets to it, gets a boot behind it. It'll take a bounce short of the 50, and it will die just on the other side of midfield at the 48. So Roseburg defense will come up with a big stop. 9:09 to go first quarter. And they force a punt and get good field position at their own 48. And that's where the offense will come back out. We'll see which quarterback leads things. It is Titone yet again after a 65-yard pass on the last possession. 7-6 your score, 9:09 to go first quarter. Right hash mark. They move call in motion, bubble him out, hand it off, no keeper for Titone. Faked the give on the dive and then tried to follow it right through and whistles and throwing his hands up. Kai Perez, the whistles were blowing and Perez tossed back Dominic Titone. Perez listed at 6'3", 255, Titone 5'7", 165. Perez threw him like a rag doll. He wanted to make sure he avoided any sort of flag there as he was trying to play through the whistle, and he did not get one. Pickup of 1 to the 49 on the run by Titone. They'll break a deep huddle there. 8:30 and counting here in the first quarter. 7-6 your score. Schultz, the running back. Titone under center. They'll move a man in motion, pitch it to him. Out of the backfield, Dawson Gillespie trying to cut up field, but things close quickly for the junior. Gillespie couldn't find any room. Knocked down right back at the line of scrimmage, maybe back to the 48, so losing 1. Going the wrong direction there for Roseburg. And they'll face 3rd down and 10. Grants Pass defense up front is big, much like their offensive line. And then some big linebackers too. 4 all-leaguers back on this defensive side for Grants Pass. A couple of second-teamers in the secondary, and Jet Hood and Noah Martinez. Dante Haven, a first-team all-conference selection at the linebacker crew. 7:28 and counting. And whistles are going to blow. A timeout down on the field taken by Roseburg. Well, a great night out here tonight as we keep it right here. We want to say thank you to all of our folks that are tuning in and following the action with us tonight. Whether you are watching online at 541radio.com, we appreciate that. Or on our YouTube channel, if you are a fan, you can give us a subscribe there and follow Roseburg High Sports. We're trying to cover about as much as we can. We also got people listening down in Grants Pass tonight on KJO, AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and KJO.com. And, of course, right here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Want to say thanks to Renco General Contractors for our video stream sponsorship this season. Renco specializes in industrial and commercial construction. So whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success at Renco. Out of the timeout. They'll bring Roseburg back out onto the field. Roseburg looking at 3rd down and 10. 7:26 to go, first quarter. 7-6 your ball game. Looks like some pressure coming. Haven blitzing. They pick it up. Some time to throw. Going deep downfield. Duper trying to race down there, but that ball overthrown. Tatone showing off the big arm, but the receiver can't get underneath it. And that'll be an incompletion. 1 for 2 so far through the air for Dominic Tatone. And Roseburg will go 3 and out on their third possession of the night. Great night going on here. We've got the band back out here at Roseburg High tonight, as some fans getting a chance to get in the gates. Got the cheer squad here tonight as well. You can hear them in the background. It's starting to feel a bit like regular football action here tonight at Finlay Field. Dawson Gillespie will be the punter. Gets a wobbly low kick, end over end, taken back to the 11. Roseburg's coverage team there, taking down the return man. Down at the 18-yard line is where the return will be taken to. And that Grants pass will be backed up in their own territory with 7:13 to play here in the first quarter. Tonight's contest brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue. Or make sure you give them a call at 672-5701. Back out for a third time tonight. Grants passes offense. Hunter Gonzalez will lead him out in shotgun. He's got Ruiz to his left and a deep man behind him in the pistol formation. Turn, hand it, running up the middle, weaving through behind the big bodies up front. Ruiz blocking the way for Spencer Sloan, who will get his first carry of the night. He takes it out. Sloan will get it out to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 7 on the ground for Grants pass. A good carry for first down, making it second and short. Always a desirable setup. A team could possibly look to try and go deep downfield with these receivers. I wouldn't put it past them. They'll turn and hand it off instead. Sloan spin move away from a tackler, but he goes right back to him. Dunn got in there to keep him on his feet, not allow him to use that spin move to get too much further downfield. Sloan stopped pretty quickly, and he gets to the 28-yard line is where they'll spot him at. Pickup of 3, and that should be right around the first down marker. They'll say he's just short. So about 2 yards on that carry to the 27 for Sloan. He's got 9 on 2 carries. Try to get him the first down. Spins through the line of scrimmage, and that is enough to squeeze him through across the 30. They'll put him out to the 33-yard line, making it a pickup of 6. Two-back system here for Grants Pass and head coach John Musser in his 13th year, 68-58 record in his time with the Cavemen. Spencer Sloan, a second-team All-Southwest Conference selection a year ago, and Jaden Brown, another senior, who already has 2 touchdowns on his season. Make it 3 now with 1 here tonight. In shotgun, Gonzalez looking to pass. Going to go downfield. Has a man behind the defense. Has to wait for it. Catches it, and it stays in his pocket. Downfield tackle made by Marsters, and Klopfenstein is pulling that ball in is Noah Martinez. First completion of the night. And they move the ball down to the 32-yard line, Roseburg's half of the field. That is a 35-yard pickup through the air to Martinez. They go quickly. Pass out in the flats on the far side. Caught by Hood. Makes one move to try and get downfield, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. On first down, not gaining much. Right back to the 32. In fact, they will gain nothing. First catch of the night for Hood. 2nd and 10. 5:13 to go first quarter. 7-6 your score. Grants Pass in front by 1. A missed extra point for Roseburg, costing them a tie game. 3-man front, trying to break through the line. Fake one handoff in the backfield, but stutter step, able to stay clear, but the ball loose. Sloan coughed it up. Roseburg jumps on top of it. Did they get that one? Yes! Roseburg will force a fumble from Sloan. And Roseburg gets the takeaway. Both teams with a turnover so far tonight. That evens it up. That is the 5th takeaway for Roseburg this season. They had 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery last week against South Medford, and they'll get the ball at their own 30. See where they spot the new football here. I think they're going to put it just shy of the 34. They'll put it right at the 33-yard line. So a fumble by Grants Pass, and Roseburg will have it back. Offense back out on the field with 4:55 to go in the first quarter. New quarterback Evan Corbin will come in, hands it off. Steinacre slips through the right side of the offensive line. He falls forward across the 30 out to about the 34. I think they'll mark him just shy. The ball on the other side of the 33. So actually, I said they had started at the 33. So they went from the 28 to the 33. Excuse me on that one. That's a pickup of 5 for Steinacre. 2nd and 5, man in motion is Gillespie, handed off. Steinacre going left side this time, and he goes across the 35 to the 36. Pickup of 3. Roseburg going with the ground and pound. See if they can get some movement going on against Grants Pass. Clock ticking down to about 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tonight's contest brought to you by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. Up to the line. 3rd down and 2. Big down here. 2 receivers stacked on the near side. Duper and Klopfenstein. Got Gillespie close to the line. They hand it off. No keeper for Corbin. He tries to get around the left edge. And the young man is still learning this game. And what I would have liked to have seen out of that carry, he gains nothing. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more aggressiveness with his run. He got around that edge and appeared to be hoping that things would open up rather than trying to run hard into the defenders to try and force the issue. And he gets tackled for no gain. 4th down and 2, and the punt unit is back out. Gillespie will come out to kick. They angle it to the far sideline. Grants Pass trying to play that, but they won't be able to get to it before that ball will hop across the far sideline right at the 30. So the fumble takeaway will flip the field for Roseburg. They don't gain much on offense, but they force Grants Pass back onto their side of the field. They'll start at their own 30-yard line with 3:03 to go in the first quarter. 7-6 our score. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on 541radio.com and here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Week 3 for Grants Pass. They're 1-1 and looking to go to 2-1 on the year and pick up their 8th straight victory against Roseburg. Again, we mentioned in the pregame, this is the 100th meeting between Roseburg and Grants Pass. 2 targets to the wide side of the field, ball on the left hash mark, turn and hand it. It's Brown running, slipped through the first tackler, and then at the line of scrimmage, he got wrapped up. First guy got him to stand up, he slipped through it, but then there to clean it up was Roseburg, and I believe Steinacre wrapping up Brown and sending him back. He'll get just 1 on the carry. They put him out to the 31. Now they'll mark him close to the 32, so we'll give him that. 2 yards on the carry. 2 yards on the carry for Jaden Brown, who's back into the game after Sloan coughed it up on the last possession. Haven, the tight end, will set up to the right of the formation. 2 targets to that side. Looking to throw, rolling to his right, goes on the intermediate route over the top of Alaric Call, the linebacker. Couldn't get a hand on it. And there to cover, Logan Klopfenstein will toss Dante Haven out of bounds. Short of the first down marker, it'll be 3rd down and 1. Ball makes it out to the 39, a pickup of 7 on the first catch of the night for Haven. They go jumbo package here with 2:17 to go first quarter. Haven and Ruiz in as fullbacks. Brown as the deep back, needing just a yard at most to try and pick up the first down. Gonzalez will change the play at the line, back into shotgun with 3 backs around him. Turns, hands it off to Brown. He'll run right side. They'll stretch it to the sideline, and that's good for the first down. Carson Dunn forcing Brown out of bounds. So on a package that looked like they were going to try and just ram it down your throat for the first down, Grants Pass stretches it to the edge and moves the chains out to the 46. A carry of 7 yards for Sloan. For Brown. Gonzalez in shotgun. He'll move a man in motion. Fake the handoff there, looking to pass, going down the middle. He's got Chang. Chang reaches back for it. It's a foot race. He's caught by Marsters, but it's a big gain for Devick Chang. And Chang, the second-team all-conference selection, had a 69-yard touchdown grab. Almost got a big one there. Tracked down from behind, but he takes it into the red zone to the 19-yard line. That is a 35-yard catch and run for Devick Chang. Second 35-yard pass completion of the night for Hunter Gonzalez. He's got 77 through the air. After starting 0 for 3 on his pass attempts, he's 4 for 4. Sets up first down and 10 from the 19, make it the 14, excuse me. And I miscounted again. We'll readjust our stats. Is running right up the middle. Brown down to the 1, stretching. He'll be short. From the 14, he picks up a 13. And Jaden Brown almost had his second touchdown run of the night, but he comes up 1 yard shy, and they'll go quick back to the line of scrimmage. Handed off, Brown up the middle, almost walked in. He got contact right at the line of scrimmage, but he'll score. And for the second time here in the first quarter, Jaden Brown is in the end zone. Touchdown, Grants Pass. And they stretch their lead 13-6. Extra point coming here. Miles Anderson was perfect on the first one. The extra point kick up, and it hooks towards that left pylon, but it makes it in for the score. 14-6 your score with 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back on 541radio.com. On KJO AM 1270 and 99.7 FM in Grants Pass, and here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Welcome back, everybody, here at Finlay Field, where the Roseburg Indians now trail 14-6 against Grants Pass after a long drive by the Cavemen downfield. They'll kick another short one. They keep trying to attack these short kicks, seeing if they can take advantage of a mishop and a misplay, but up on the front line for Roseburg, making that grab is Dylan Johnson. He gets his hands on it. One of two seniors on the roster makes the play, and Roseburg will have pretty good field position out near midfield with 1:31 to go here in the second quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Roseburg will start at their own 47-yard line. Evan Corbin will stay out there at quarterback for a second consecutive series. Fakes the handoff. Pass rush coming. He's got a run. He'll take it off around the right side. And the sophomore gets back to the line of scrimmage. A gain of maybe 1. Now they'll get him back to the line of scrimmage to the 47. And as I said before, he just seems a little hesitant with his carries. And he's only a sophomore. Has not played at the varsity level. Was the freshman QB his last time he stepped on the field. So it's going to take a few probably licks to figure out exactly what varsity football is like for that young man. And I think he's starting to get that introduction here tonight. 52 seconds and counting in the first quarter. As we continue on, we'll have a 60-second break here coming up between quarters for you in just a moment. The snap, though, before the quarter comes to an end. Corbin turns, hands it off. Steinacre is going nowhere. Plugged at the line. That big defensive front for Grants Pass. Pumped about stuffing Braden Steinacre. He goes nowhere, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 after another gain of no yardage for Roseburg. And so 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg running personnel on and off the field. Steinacre comes off, so does Call. 10 seconds to go. Roseburg may stretch it to the end of the first quarter. 5 seconds, and they're not breaking the huddle. I think we're heading to the second quarter. At the end of one, Roseburg trails 14-6. We'll take a 60-second break. Be back on 541radio.com. In Grants Pass on KJO, AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We welcome you back here to Finlay Field, where tonight the Roseburg Indians take on the Grants Pass Cavemen for the 100th time in school history. Roseburg has the football to start the second quarter, trailing 14-6, facing 3rd and 10. They'll try to set up the screen, the tunnel screen, caught by Alaric Call, but he had the defender right on his back. Cole Nicholas will bring him down, and it will be for a short gain, just short of midfield. They'll put it out to the 50-yard line, and Roseburg will be forced to punt. Evan Corbin out there connects for 2 yards on the pass. His first completion of the night, Call's first catch, but the punt unit will come out. Dawson Gillespie comes out to kick. He'll get that low rugby-style kick, and it does not take a Roseburg hop. Now it will after a high bounce, and it rolls inside the 25 down to the 24. So Roseburg kicks it away. And early here in the second quarter, 11:18 to go before the half. Grants Pass will have it starting at their own 24-yard line and leading by a touchdown. Tonight's contest is brought to you by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. And we'd like to remind you folks, if you get the opportunity to support the sponsors that are helping support sports on the radio and online, we'd greatly appreciate it. We would not be out here without the support of our sponsors, and our sponsors are helping our community, so we'd love to see you guys help them as well. 1st and 10, handoff from Gonzalez right up the middle goes Sloan, his first carry since his fumble, and Sloan will get good yardage across the 25. They'll move him out to the 28, pick up a 4 on first down. 19 yards on the ground for Sloan. He does have the one turnover. Both teams with a turnover so far in this ball game. A fumble by both sides. Sun starting to set here in Roseburg, looking to pass on the slant route. Ball tipped up, fighting through to the receiver. Landon Duper had a great game last week against South Medford in coverage. Had an interception, possibly could have had 2, but was called for a kind of a questionable pass interference call in the first half of that game against South Medford. I heard opinions on both sides. But Duper fighting through the receiver to knock that one away. Incompletion will make it 3rd down and 6. 10:44, the clock stopped on the incompletion. Gonzalez in shotgun, standing at his own 23. Turn, fakes the handoff to Sloan, looking to pass. They go to Haven. He's short, and he is tackled. Coming up to make the stop, Colton Marsters with the tackle, and it's no gain. Well, they'll give him 1 yard to the 34. The 29. And that will be only 1 yard, but a penalty flag out late here, and we will see what this is in regards to. The Whitecap talking with the official. They are pointing towards Grants Pass. It would be 3rd down and 5 if the play stood, and they will wave off the penalty flag. So no foul on the play. Completion of 1 yard for Grants Pass. Haven his 2nd catch of the night, but it's not enough. And Roseburg's defense will hold again. I have been impressed with this Roseburg defense. What will be the big question is, can their stamina hold up for all 4 quarters? They started to wear out in the second half against South Medford last week. Punt unit out. Ruiz, the big punter, back there. The snap deep, he backs up to get it, gets a big boot behind it, low kick, unable to get there is done. He'll let it go, and that ball will take a great Grants Pass bounce inside the 25, and he'll take it down to, I believe, about the 22-yard line. So the punt away, Roseburg gets the stop, 3 and out for Grants Pass. Again, I don't know if it can be said enough. Coach Heiberger mentioned it in our interview, which I did figure out the reason why we had our technical difficulties in the pregame show. Makes me a little upset with myself because it was a simple fix, and I could have brought you that interview. But Coach Heiberger saying in the pregame interview, offenses are going to be a work in progress for everyone, not just Roseburg, everyone. Still trying to get a lot of that momentum going. It is middle of the season in this shortened year, and teams are not at middle of the season preparedness. Corbin stays in. They go with the end around for Call. He's able to stretch it enough till he finds a window to escape through, gets out to about the 24. That'll be a pickup of 2 on 1st down for Alaric Call, his first carry of the night. 10:05 to go first half. 14-6 your score. Grants Pass leading at the moment. A pair of touchdown runs from Jaden Brown leading the way. Ball to our left is Roseburg in their black home jerseys, moving left to right on your radio dial. The visiting Cavemen in white. Trips to the wide side of the field. Roseburg has some numbers. They go the short route there. That looked like the right decision with the safety playing back. A linebacker trying to cover on the slot man. And with that reception, I believe that's Dawson Gillespie with the catch. And Gillespie, with the reception, takes it out to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 5. First catch of the season for Gillespie. Second completion of the night for Corbin. It sets up 3rd down and 3. Looking to pass again, looking at that short route. It's not there. He'll take off running. A penalty flag is out. And Corbin looked like he had enough for the first down, as that time some hard running, but that flag right in the middle in the area of where holding would likely be the call, and we'll wait to see the penalty here. Have not had many penalties here tonight. I think actually just 1 penalty for Roseburg so far. As it stands, it was a carry out to the 33, which would be a pickup of 4, and they needed 3 for the first down. The officials talking about it at length here. And now the white cap is going to show holding. It's on the defense. And so it will be a first down for Roseburg. They will take the penalty. The penalty flag's at the 31. And so they will, I believe, count it off from there. That negates the run by Corbin, unfortunately. It was a nice hard run for him. And they'll walk it off from the 31. 10-yard penalty. He'll take it out to the 41. So 10-yard penalty, first of the night for Grants Pass. First down and 10. 9 minutes to go, first half. Roseburg trailing by 8. Corbin in shotgun, going to move Gillespie in motion. Turns and hands it off to the deep back. That's Logan Klopfenstein running out of the backfield for the first time by my recollection. I don't believe we've seen him line up as a true running back. Been more of a receiver getting the hands off. And Klopfenstein goes right back into the line of scrimmage, and there's nowhere to go. He'll lose a yard back to the 40. Second down and 11 for Roseburg. Corbin in shotgun. He's got Klopfenstein to his left. twins to either side move. Marshers in motion. Blitz coming. They pick up Haven on the slant route to Stuper. Caught across the 50. And he's got a first down, and Roseburg's into Grants Pass territory, down to the 42. They'll flip the field on that one. A nice quick pass read there. They saw the blitz come and knew they may have some numbers. And that is going to be an 18-yard pickup through the air for Corbin, finding Duper on the completion. 8:05, the clock continues to run. At the 42-yard line. The snap to Corbin, hands it off. Gillespie, he's running, he's got the edge. If he can get the speed out there, he'll stretch it all the way to the 40 on the other side. Long way to run. He picks up about 2. Looked like he had the edge there, but great pursuit from one of the big men up front for Grants Pass. And it's kind of hard to tell which one it was. They've got so many big bodies up there, but I believe that was Kai Perez in pursuit. And he's definitely got a much bigger frame than Dawson Gillespie, but he tracked him down, forced him all the way to the sideline, limited that to just a 2-yard pickup. Second down and 7. Up the middle, Klopfenstein, a couple of stutter steps, and things, great wide hole opened up for Klopfenstein. And that'll make it now 3rd down and 4 yards. I think they ended up giving a little bit better field position than I initially thought they were going to give to Gillespie there. Gave him more like 3 yards. The ball was out about the 39. They move it up now to the 36 on the carry by Klopfenstein. 3rd down and 4. Roseburg in Grants Pass territory. Blitz coming around the edge. Tried to run, but ran into his own guy. Confusion on blitz pickup. And Roseburg's going to be dropped for a loss on the sack back to the 41. They'll lose 5. Pressure coming from Dante Haven. And the all-league linebacker shows exactly why right there. So here comes the punt unit once again for Roseburg. Some good movement with the offense, but they stall out in Grants Pass territory. Dawson Gillespie out to kick it away with 5:55 to go. They'll send a man deep to return. That's going to be Nicholas, and the bounce will go to about the 13. He had to stumble to get to that football and tries to keep carrying his momentum forward, and they'll give it to him. I would have said that he probably stumbled to the ground a couple of yards shy of that, but they put him out at the 14. So a little bit of favorable spot there for Grants Pass. Much like last week against South Medford, it's a bit of a punt fest here in the first half of tonight's contest. Grants Pass has it at their own 14-yard line. Offense back out there for the Cavemen. Tonight's football game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. 3 backs in the backfield. Give it to the deep man. That's Jaden Brown running right side. He takes it out to the 19-yard line. A pickup of about 5 on the first down carry for the senior back. He is leading the way. They'll actually put him out at the 18. So make it a 4-yard gain. 56 yards on the night so far for Jaden Brown on 10 carries, averaging 5 yards a carry. Gonzalez in shotgun. A couple of fake calls for the football. Finally gets it, hands it off. Nowhere really to go, but those big bodies for Grants Pass will pull the runner forward, and a flag is out right at the line of scrimmage in the middle of that scrum as they tried to get Brown across the 20. They will just barely. It would be a pickup of 2, depending on the penalty flag here. The Whitecap talking here tonight. 5:03 to play in the first half. They are going to be called for assisting the runner. A hand motion I had not seen. Now, you can kind of help push the pile from behind, but you can't really help pull a guy forward, the whole bush push stuff there. But it's going to be against Grants Pass here. So they get called for trying to help Brown get across the 20 And they move this one back to the 13-yard line. So they lose 5 on the play. And it makes it 2nd and 11. They get to replay the down here. Need to get it out to the 24 for the first down. Gonzalez in shotgun, Brown behind him. He's got 2 targets to the right side, looking that direction. Pump fake, pressure coming, won't escape. Gonzalez goes down with the sack in the backfield. Roseburg comes up with the big hit up along the front line. Tiger Black with the sack. And Roseburg moving the Cavemen backwards. They'll face 3rd down and long. That ball back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play for Gonzalez. Coming up, we've got your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Stick around for that. We'll try and see if we can collect some scores from other games going on of note here tonight. We'll check in with the NCAA tournament as well. Gonzalez in shotgun, timeout called down on the field by Grants Pass. Let's go ahead and take a quick 30-second break, and we will come back to wrap up this first half of action. It's 14-6 with 4:20 to go in the first half. You're listening to Roseburg football and watching on 541radio.com, down in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
4:20 to go here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Joey Keyran here with you from Roseburg High School. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? In shotgun is Gonzalez. He's facing 3rd down and 16 now as he's back at his own 8. Has to get it to the 24. Moving men late. Hood in the slot position to the near side. And he'll get the snap just in time. Looking to pass. He's in the end zone. Throws it. Pressure got Gonzalez backed up all the way into his own end zone. He'll fire it to Devick Chang, but it's low, incomplete. And Roseburg's defense comes up with another big stand there. A big sack by Tiger Black, and then pressure again on 3rd and long. They're able to get around those big bodies up front for Grants Pass and force them to have to punt it away here. Standing in his own end zone will be David Ruiz. Now watch the snap here. They've been snapping a bit long. Not a lot of room to throw or to snap long on this. Tiger Black laid on for Roseburg. Will get up there up front. And the snap almost over the top of Ruiz's head. He'll get a high punt away, but it will not be very deep. It does not take a Grants Pass bounce. Now it will. And it's going to roll close to the 50, but that is it. Almost a safety there. Been mentioning those snaps have been a little long for Grants Pass, and it almost went over the head of David Ruiz. Ruiz listed at 5'10". That one, he had to get all the way up for that one. 4:03 to go first half. Roseburg with the football. They'll start on Grants Pass half of the 50 at the 47. Opportunity here for Roseburg. Can they take advantage, trailing at 14-6 before the halftime break? It's Dominic Titone that'll come out at quarterback. Klopfenstein behind him at running back. They'll run the option, pitch it to him. He'll take it. A stiff arm helps him get a bit free from the defender. Klopfenstein takes it down to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 6. And Roseburg's offense running something a little bit new there, and it looked pretty good. Rain starting to come down here in the Umpqua Basin. Well, my weather forecast in the pregame show did not come true. You can send your complaints to the National Weather Service in Medford. From the 41, 2nd down and 4 for Roseburg. Titone in shotgun. Pistol formation. Klopfenstein behind him. They'll run the option the other direction. And Titone this time He keeps it himself, and he gets taken down. And right on top of him, Andrew Proulier. He looked like he had some extra words there for Dominic Titone as he brought him down to the turf. Aggressive tackle from the big man, 6'6", 260. And the stop there will make it 3rd down and 4. No gain on the carry by Titone. So Titone, he's run the option both directions. And I think that time he thought maybe they assumed that he would pitch it and he thought he could get away with something. He did not. From the 41, ball in the right hash mark. Move call in motion, fake the handoff to him. It's Kloffenstein and pressure in the backfield. They cannot escape. David Ruiz helping blow that play up. And Roseburg tackled for a loss. Back to the 42, a loss of 1. And Roseburg, after a promising start to this drive, now stalling out. They'll have 4th down and 5 with 2:45 to go in the offense. Gillespie's out there, but Dawson Gillespie, the punter, but also a wide receiver. And the offense is going to stay on the field. 2:30 and counting. Titone in shotgun, Kloffenstein behind him. Gillespie and Pike to the right for Roseburg. Duper is spread out to the far side of the field as the wideout, and a timeout taken by Roseburg. Well, before this first half comes to an end, we got one more spot to get into, so we'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second break, and we'll come back with the conclusion of our first half of Roseburg football against Grants Pass here on 541radio.com on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
Out of the timeout, Roseburg facing 4th down and 5 with 2:20 to go on the first half clock. And I think they have changed their mind. It looks like Dawson Gillespie will drop back to punt for the Tribe. Snap is good. Gillespie will get a low kick. That's going to take a roll. Can they get to it before it crosses the goal line? Won't have to. Traps it in the coffin corner. That ball going out of bounds inside the 5. And a low-scoring first half will continue. Grants Pass will have it with 2:12 to go. Leading 14-6. And they start out at their own 4-yard line. They were backed up after a sack on their last drive and could not escape the end zone. Now we'll see what Roseburg's defense can do here. The one thing you don't want to do is be over-aggressive and let somebody get behind you and break free for a long score. But you would like to be aggressive and see if you can get them into the end zone for a safety. First down and 10, 2:12 to go. Spread out one man wide to the far side of the field. Hood will switch from the left to the right of the offense. Haven motions to the left side of the line as the tight end. They'll move Hood in motion. And fake the handoff to him, give it to Brown on the counter. He'll go across the 5. They'll get some room to breathe out to the 8-yard line. Jaden Brown, a carry of 4. He is up to 60 yards on the night unofficially. We'll take a look at first half statistics coming up at halftime. And don't go anywhere. Coming up in the postgame show, of course, we'll get to our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. 1:45 and counting here in the first half. Gonzalez looking to the sideline for the call. Grants Pass taking their time. Gonzalez will change the play up at the line, tied into the right, 2 targets that side, looking to his left, going to go on the fade route down the near sideline. A man there, and Chang can't get it right through his hands. He had gotten behind Marsters. If he makes that catch and stays on his feet, he is to the house. But it goes right between his hands. That play drawn up perfectly. Marsters working on his coverage one-on-one with Devick Chang, an all-conference selection a year ago. 6'2", 191. He was a guy that Coach Heiberger pointed out to me in our conversation, saying that he is a big target to watch for. But he could not get connected there. He's got one big catch on the night for 40 yards, but that one could have been huge. 3rd down and 6 after the incompletion. Gonzalez turns, fakes the handoff to Brown, pulls it back out. He'll throw. He's got Haven open for the first down. He makes one man miss, stays on his feet, and he'll get pushed out of bounds short of the 30 with 1:18 to go in the first half. They'll move the chains out to the 29. 21-yard pickup through the air. Haven with 3 catches so far tonight. Over 100 yards passing now for Gonzalez at 104. 1:18 to go. Roseburg moving up there front. Not sending any pressure, just the 4-man blitz. It's rolling out to the right. Got a man behind the defense, and it's through the hands of the open receiver, Asher Wariarte, and I apologize, I've probably butchered that last name. Again, as I said, I love to usually try and get pronunciations, but I'm not so sure how much access on the field they like to give me before the game. Still figuring out some of these protocols, and so I have given the teams their space, and I apologize, I might be butchering that last name for Grants Pass. Incomplete pass, though, stops the clock with 1:12 to go in the first half. Would have been a huge completion. Moving the man in motion from right to left, handed off to him. It's Hood on the end around, tucks it in, puts both hands over the top of it, lowers his shoulders, and barrels right into the defense for a pickup of 9 yards to the 38. So Hood with the 9-yard carry. And back quickly to the line comes Grants Pass. Gonzalez, Brown behind him, snaps for the snap. Looking to pass down the left side. He'll pull it in, looking to run. He'll scramble, got a big block. And it gets it out to the 45. That was Proulier. Comes back and knocks down Steinacre, who was looking for it. Looking for the quarterback. And just didn't see the big lineman coming. A scramble out to the 45, moves the chains. A pickup of 7 for Gonzalez, and he'll spike the ball to stop the clock, and a penalty flag out. The officials will gather to talk over this one. 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Roseburg trying to keep Grants Pass from a big play to send him into the halftime. Our score 14-6 here from Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School. A nice little bit of crowd over on the far side of the field, and the band and cheerleaders here tonight as well. Still discussing. The ball sits at the 45 right now. Penalty would probably put Grants Pass in Roseburg territory. And they're going to call it an encroachment against Roseburg on the spike. And Coach Heiberger down there pleading his case on this one, but Roseburg going to get hit with a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 5. They'll spot the ball right at the 50-yard line. 35.3 to go. 50 yards to try and cover here for Grants Pass. Hood moves in motion right to left. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Pump fake, pulls it down, still looking downfield. He's across the line of scrimmage, and just by a hair, Gonzalez crossed the line of scrimmage as he looked like he was still wanting to try and pass. Then he gets across and gets pulled down. He'll pick up a half a yard to the Roseburg 49. And Gonzalez escaping the pocket there, doing a nice job of keeping his eyes downfield, but nothing opened up, and a timeout down on the field with 27.1 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up, we'll have your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. So stick around for that. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. We'll take a look. We'll try and get you some scores from other games of note here tonight on this Friday evening. We'll also check in with the NCAA tournament. Big results earlier today with a number of upsets already going on, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. And we'll just kind of get an update on this one here. We'll recap the first half and take a look at stats as well. So stick around. It's your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show coming up in just a bit. Tonight's video stream online. Looks like we got a good crowd showing up tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching. Our video stream sponsor this year is Renco General Contractors, and we appreciate their sponsorship. All right, out of the timeout, 27 seconds to go. Both teams with one timeout left here in the first half. That is not accurately reflected on our scoreboard for those watching online. I will do that real quick. There we go. Gonzalez in shotgun. Pistol formation behind him. 2 targets to the near side. Looking to his right now, looking to the left. Going to line up downfield. Launches it over the top. It's caught by Chang. On his feet across the goal line. Touchdown, Grants Pass. That's the play you were not wanting to see for the Roseburg Indians. Grants Pass comes up. They go deep to their deep threat. Devik Chang, a huge catch, 49-yard touchdowns. And that makes it 20-6 here at the first half. Grants Pass out of the timeout coming up big. They'll set up with Anderson for the PAT. The right-footed kicker will wait. And he boots it right through the uprights. So the extra point makes it a 15-point game for Grants Pass. And the first touchdown pass tonight for Gonzalez, finding Devik Chang for the score. 49-yard strike. And Grants Pass taking the lead with extending their lead with 17.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Roseburg's defense has been doing well, but those big explosion plays behind them, it felt like that was looming, and they finally were able to connect with one of those receivers deep downfield. 89 yards on 2 catches tonight for Devik Chang in his first touchdown of the evening. Well, we'll see what Roseburg can do with 17 seconds. Grants Pass will get the ball to start the second half. Roseburg received to start the game and fumbled on their first play, giving the ball to Grants Pass, which they turned into points. Roseburg been able to keep Grants Pass mostly in check since then. They got a big score of their own. And now they will try to see if they can do anything with 17 seconds. Kick goes to the 17-yard line, taken there by Klopfenstein. Still on his feet. He gets out across the 35. A great return, but only 10.9 seconds to go as they take him out to the 38-yard line. I don't know if they'll try to push the issue with 10.9 seconds to go. They will say it's out to the 39 on that return. That was a pretty good return from about the 17 to the 39, about a 22-yard return there from Logan Klopfenstein. It's Evan Corbin out there to finish out the first half. Klopfenstein to his right in shotgun. Looking to pass. He'll go a quick route to Duper. Duper, the hook and ladder. He gets it to Marsters, who gets it across out to the 41 a little bit. Diving into the playbook here for Roseburg. They'll call a timeout with 4.5 seconds to go. I guess they did not burn that final timeout yet. The clock is going to wait until these chains are set. And I think Roseburg will take the timeout there. They're going to wait. They're going to call it with just seconds left to make sure that hopefully they don't give any extra chances for Grants Pass, I would say, with any last second efforts from the Cavemen if anything happens here. The ball out to the 41-yard line on that pass play, hook and ladder. So that would make it an 20-yard pass play on that completion. That initially goes to Duper, and then he handed it off to Marsters. And I have read how you score that in the terms of stats before, but I'm not exactly. I think you, and I don't know where the handoff happened, but I think Duper gets credit for up to where the handoff went to, and then Marsters gets the rest of it. But yeah, we'll have to revisit that one when we rewatch the film after tonight's contest. 2.4 to go in the first half. Corbin looking to pass, pocket collapsing, the whistles sound, and your first half will come to an end with a sack. Corbin hangs on to the ball too long in the pocket, gets sacked back to the 45-yard line. That'll do the first half. Roseburg trailing 21-6 against Grants Pass, who visits here tonight for the 100th meeting between the Cavemen and the Indians. And we will head to our break at halftime. 21-6 your score, your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show coming up when we return here on 541radio.com in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Let me spit it out there. Try to sneak a piece of pizza from Mountain Mike's into my mouth here at the halftime break. So welcome in, everybody, to the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Second take there. We'll get that out. Cooper's Pest Control is your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363 today. Well, at our halftime break, 21-6 your score. Roseburg trailing Grants Pass at the half. The Tribe, after giving up an early touchdown to Grants Pass, fought their way back, had a close one. It was back and forth through the early portion of the second quarter, but a big play late in that first half gets Grants Pass out to their 2-score lead, leading by 15 here at the break, looking to go to 2-1 on the season and get their 8th straight win against Roseburg. On the other side, Roseburg looking much better than they did in week 1, so that is always the positive. You're starting to see some of that momentum moving in the right direction for the Indians. So we'll see how things continue to go in the second half. One of the biggest issues from last week for Roseburg was fatigue. They started to show that they were wearing down a bit in the second half against South Medford as the Panthers started to pound away with the big bodies of this Grants Pass team. How do things play out here in the second half tonight? We will find out here coming up. Taking a look at our scoring recap from our first half of action. Roseburg fumbled on the first play of the game, gave it to Grants Pass, and with the short yard, Grants Pass is able to get a 9-yard touchdown round from Jaden Brown. Put him on top 6-0. The kick from Miles Anderson was good for the PAT, made it 7-0 with 10:20 to go in the first half. Roseburg would respond, though, 2 plays later, a TD pass from Dominic Tatone to Logan Klopfenstein, make it a 65-yard touchdown pass. Klopfenstein, his first score of the season, first offensive touchdown of the year for Roseburg, and the Tribe would be in the end zone. The extra point was no good, though, for Roseburg off of the foot of Jackson Bartlett, and Roseburg trailed 7-6 with 9:31 to go in the first quarter. Nobody would score again until Grants Pass would push one across the goal line, a 1-yard run from Jaden Brown, for his second score of the night. The extra point from Anderson was good. It was 14-6 with 1:31 to go in the first quarter. That would be the end of the first quarter. Our score, again, 14-6. And it would stay that way until 17 seconds left to go in the first half. Roseburg had been doing well defensively, keeping Grants Pass from getting any sort of momentum. But Grants Pass, out of a timeout, comes out with the big play, and they launch it downfield. Hunter Gonzalez finding Devick Chain for a 49-yard touchdown strike. The extra point was good for Anderson, and that makes it 21-6 here at the halftime break. Grants Pass on top of Roseburg. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute break. And when we come back, we'll continue a look at your stats from the first half here during the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. And don't forget, folks, stick around for the post-game show where we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for Roseburg. The winner of the Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game gets a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's, the new pizza place here in town right across the street from Roseburg High School. We stopped by on our way to the booth here tonight and enjoying the Everest up here in the booth this evening. It is delicious. All right, we will go ahead and take the 2-minute break and come back with more of your halftime show. I'm Joey Keyran. This is Roseburg football for you tonight, streaming online at 541radio.com. Down in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and KJO.com. And here in Douglas County on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Welcome back, everybody, here for your Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Joey Keyran here with you, taking a look at some of our first half statistics from tonight's game. We'll start out with the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen as we make our way towards the second half. for their quarterback, Hunter Gonzalez, the senior. So far tonight, he's got the one touchdown pass that came there in the second quarter, 153 yards. He has completed 7 of 14 passes through the air. His big target has been Devik Chang, who has 89 yards on 2 catches. Also, 3 catches tonight for Dante Haven for 29 yards, 1 catch to Noah Martinez for 35 yards. On the ground, it is Jaden Brown doing most of the work. He has 11 carries for 60 yards so far tonight, has 2 scores this evening. You've got Spencer Sloan, 5 carries, 19 yards. He's got the 1 fumble on the night so far this evening. Also, Jet Hood has 2 carries for 13 yards tonight as well. On the other side for Roseburg, taking a look at their first half stats, 1 for 2 through the air for Dominic Titone. He's got 65 yards through the air on the touchdown pass to Logan Klopfenstein, the only score so far on the night for Roseburg. And Evan Corbin also splitting time at quarterback. He is 4 for 4 through the air for 45 yards. You've got Klopfenstein with the 1 catch for 65. You've got Landon Duper. He's got 2 catches. I'm going to put him down at 28 yards because I think that's how far he got before he handed it off to Colton Marsters. And that's the other thing. Now I don't know if those go down as rushing yards or receiving yards. Stat keeping is so confusing sometimes. Duper's got the 2 catches, though. Klopfenstein has the big catch for 65. Call and Gillespie each with a catch in there as well. On the ground tonight, not a lot of yardage so far for Roseburg. 9 yards for Steinacre. You've got, also in positive yards, Klopfenstein with 7. Call has 2. Titone has 1. Gillespie has 2 in there as well. Corbin has -5 after taking a sack to end the first half. And those are a look at some of your first half numbers so far tonight. For other games of note here tonight, you've got Eagle Point is at South Medford this evening. Then you've got Willamette at Sheldon and North Medford at Crater. Those are your other matchups of teams from the Southwest Conference. That Crater-North Medford game, seeing that it looks like North Medford is down 18-10 against Crater in that one. It looks like they may just be before halftime on that contest. Got a update from Camas Valley where the Hornets are playing their first game of the season. And they're playing under the lights for the first time down there. They have their new permanent lights at the field there for the Hornets. And they are leading 18-0 so far tonight. We did have some games going on earlier today for local teams here in the Umpqua Basin. Elkton was hosting Gilchrist in 6-man football earlier today. Don't have a score to report on that one just yet. Yesterday, Oakland lost on the road as the Okers yesterday were taking on Monroe. They fell 35-22 in that matchup. Today, Camas Valley again up 18-0 at halftime over Myrtle Point Powers. Yoncalla North Douglas taking on Days Creek Riddle today. No score reported so far on that one. Glide played earlier today at Marshfield High School against Coquille, and they fell 38-13. And you've got Douglas at Cascade Christian tonight down in Medford at U.S. Cellular Field. No score to report so far on that game for you this evening as well. Coming up tomorrow, it's Sutherland football. They are taking on South Umpqua tomorrow down in Tri-City. They keep calling it the Mud Bowl down there, so we'll see how things work out. But Dan Bain will be down there to cover it for you. You can tune in and listen to Sutherland football against South Umpqua, all Douglas County matchup there. You can hear it on I-101 FM coming up tomorrow. Pregame coverage will start at 6:45 with a 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. Again, on I-101 or listen to it streaming online at 541radio.com. If you've got any scores to report here tonight, you can always hit us up on the 541 Radio app. We appreciate the community input on scores from around Douglas County. So if you've got scores you'd like to throw at us there, feel free to toss them on the activity stream on the 541 Radio app, where you can take the score, the station, with you wherever you go. All right, we are going to wrap up the Cooper's Pest Control halftime show. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Make sure you give them a call at 673-0363. Stick around. We got your second half action coming up here in just a little bit. We'll take a look to see what maybe halftime adjustments either side might be making as we get ready for that second half kick, and we'll have all the action for you coming up. Tonight's game streaming online at 541radio.com thanks to Renco General Contractors. So, they specialize in industrial and commercial construction. So whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. We'd also like to say thanks to our sponsors, Dr. Alanson Randall, open and accepting new patients now. Give them a call at 541-378-6694. Also, Cascade Community Credit Union belong to Douglas County, and DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. We'll take the break and come back with your second half. It's a 60-second break, and your second half after this on 541radio.com, down in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and KJO.com, and here in Douglas County on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back, everybody, to Finlay Field tonight on a beautiful night in Roseburg. The rains have kind of stopped. We just had a slight drizzle not that long ago, but it seems to have settled back down, and it's a nice, comfortable night. Not too breezy here in the Umpqua Basin, and temperature's not dropping too fast for us here tonight, which is a good thing. I should probably be careful how much I say. You know, that old broadcaster's jinx can really come true. After one half of play, our score at the break, 21-6. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg as we get ready to kick off the second half. Tonight's contest brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. By Mahalo Heating and Cooling, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. They've got some great specials going on right now, so give them a call to find out all the latest deals. And contact Fisher's Hearth and Home, who have been serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. As we get ready for the second half of tonight's ball game, with Grants Pass receiving to start the second half. Taking a quick look at your NCAA tournament bracket. Oregon State getting the big upset earlier today. The Beavers, the 12 seed over the 5 seed Tennessee Volunteers, 70-56. The Beavers came out playing some strong defense. They were shooting the lights out, and they survived. They will take on another OSU. It's orange and black, OSU versus OSU. It's Oregon State versus Oklahoma State coming up on Sunday. It was a 69-60 win for Oklahoma State on top of Liberty. They survived there. So the 12 versus 4 matchup coming up. Coming up tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Oregon Ducks will take on VCU. That's a 7-10 matchup. The Ducks the 7 seed. And you can tune in and hear that game on News Radio 1240 KQEN with pregame coverage starting at 6:30. Starting the third quarter, Roseburg will be kicking from right to left on your radio dial, wearing their home black jerseys, home or road white for Grants Pass, moving left to right, deep to return here to begin the second half. The kickoff from Tiger Black, angled to the far sideline, a line drive kick to the return man at the 10. Taking up the far side, that's Jaden Brown. He slips through some of the return coverage from Roseburg out across the 40. And Grants Pass will set up with the football shy of their own 45-yard line. Jaden Brown with a big return out to the 44. So we get things started here in the second half. 11:51 to go. Grants Pass leading 21-6. Getting an upset alert here. San Diego State trailing Syracuse. The 11 seed looking to down the 6 seed in that one. 64-41 your score on that. Does not say what part of the game that's in, but that is a big margin there. All right, second half action getting underway here. 4-man front for Roseburg. 3-man down. You've got Call on the near edge. He comes up to protect, and he gets caught inside. They bounce it out. Sloan gets away from 1 man to the near sideline across the 50, tiptoes along the sideline, and he'll go out. They mark him out at the 38-yard line. Big run from Spencer Sloan into Roseburg territory. Alaric Call, he was that edge linebacker. Had to have the outside contain. He got sucked into the middle, and that allowed Sloan to escape around the outside edge. And that was an 18-yard carry for Sloan into Roseburg territory. They move Hood from right to left across the formation. Hunter Gonzalez, pump fake, looking to go downfield, launches it. No one in particular. And there was no man down there. No flag. He was in the pocket, hit as he was throwing, and they'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Second down and 10. Crowd a little bit here tonight, and good news it seems for Roseburg. Seem to be trending towards high risk instead of extreme risk as the county, and that could mean more fans coming to some home games here soon. Rushing left side, blitzing through. Garrett Schultz comes up and makes a big stop. He gets the tackle, wrapping up Spencer Sloan for a short gain. That run takes him down to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 2 for Sloan. And it's third down and 8. And much like last week against South Medford, it seems like get into Roseburg territory and then things kind of halt a little bit. We'll see if Roseburg can finish off this drive, force maybe a punt here out of Grants Pass. Granted, they are into Roseburg territory. They may look to go on 4 downs. They go with the slant route too high through the hands of the intended receiver, Uriarte. The 5'10" receiver couldn't get up high enough to get to that one. And it'll be incomplete, and the punt unit will come out. And so Roseburg does hold it would appear, as the punt unit comes out. 4th and 8. They are going to be kicking from the Roseburg 36-yard line. Not looking to go too deep here, you would imagine. If you put it into the end zone, it would only be about a 17-yard pickup if it is a touchback. If whistle comes out, and it is a delay-a-game penalty on Grants Pass. So they may have been trying to get Roseburg to jump offside and make it a more manageable 4th down, knowing that they weren't going to want to risk putting it in the end zone for a touchback and just a minimal turn with the punt here. They may accept the penalty and give themselves a little bit of a cushion to try and trap Roseburg inside the 10. Delay a game on Grants Pass, and so the penalty will move them back, and they'll continue with 4th down. So it may have just been an attempt to try and get Roseburg to jump offside and then give themselves a little bit of extra room. Now they're punting from the 41 after the 5-yard penalty. David Ruiz backing up. He's at his own 40 as he has to adjust on the snap again. Gets a big boot away, and it's going to possibly, it goes into the end zone in the air. I think they're working with, the electronic whistles, and I think that the official back there couldn't get his whistle to work to blow that play dead, leading to a little bit of confusion. But it is a touchback on the punt, and Roseburg will hold on the first possession of the second half as Grants Pass will turn it back to Roseburg on the punt. The Tribe will have the ball with 10:42 to go here in the third quarter. They have it at their own 20-yard line. Offense will come back out. The question will be, who's in at quarterback? We saw both Evan Corbin and Dominic Titone splitting time in the first half by design. And it will be Dominic Tatone to start out the second half for Roseburg. Duper spread to the near side. Call in that slot receiver position near the line on the left side as well. They bubble him back in motion. Turn, hand it off. Steinacre. No, it's Tatone on the keeper around the right side. And they'll mark him down at the 24-yard line, a pickup of 4 for Tatone. That is how the first half started for Roseburg. First play from the line of scrimmage was a keeper for Tatone on that option. He gained about 15 yards before he fumbled the football and gave it up to Grant's pass, and they turned it into points. This time he hangs on, gets about 4, second down and 6. 10-10 to go, third quarter. Roseburg trailing 21-6 right now against Grant's pass. Ball on the right hash mark. Tatone will go under center. Steinacre behind him. Turn, they're going to run it to the left side of the formation. The pitch, too strong, picked up by Grant's pass. Another turnover. They tried to run the option, and Tatone, a line drive shot at Steinacre, and he couldn't hang on to it. And they have a couple of words they mentioned to each other. Fumble by Roseburg. Second turnover of the game for the Tribe. Grant's pass gets the fumble recovery, and they'll have it in Roseburg territory, looking to try and turn it into points and stretch this one out to 3 scores. 21-6 your score. 9:53 to go in the third quarter. The ball at the 25-yard line. Roseburg's half of the field. Second fumble of the night for Tatone. Hunter Gonzalez, he's got the 2 big bodies to either side of him. Ruiz, to his left, and Dante Haven to his right. One man behind him. He'll throw downfield. He finds Chang down there. It's complete. Just barely got it to him before he crosses the sideline down to the 3-yard line. Not bad coverage, just a perfect pass. And Chang doing a great job of keeping his feet in bounds. That pass 22 yards through the air down to the 3-yard line. And hanging his head a bit was Marcer's turn. Hand it Brown, right side. He is caught before he gets to the line of scrimmage. He'll go down right at the line. That is Steinacre, I believe. No, excuse me. Coming up and making the stop there, Drake Campbell. A no-gain carry back to the 3. So that was 22 yards through the air. 175 now for Gonzalez. And over 100 yards through the air for Chang now. He's got 111. Second down and goal from the 3 after cut down at the line of scrimmage. They bring in Sloan. Ruiz, the fullback, to the left of Gonzalez in shotgun turn. Hand it. They run left side. Things open up. And across the goal line goes Sloan. Spencer Sloan will get his first touchdown run of the night. And Grant's pass capitalizes once again on a Roseburg turnover. 27-6 pending the extra point. Out to kick it through. The right-footed kicker, Miles Anderson. He is perfect on the night, perfect on the season. High snap, puts it down as Gonzalez. The kick is up and splits the uprights. Well, we'll take a 30-second break as Grant's pass extends their lead out to 22 here in the early portion of the third quarter. 8:53 to go. You're listening to Roseburg football on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM in Grants Pass, and here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
53 to go here in our ball game in the third quarter. Roseburg will get the football for a second time in the second half. A fumble on their last possession, leading to another 7 for Grants Pass. They lead 28-6. Kickoff is a low line drive kick. towards the sideline. It'll stay inbounds, picked up by Roseburg. Klopfenstein has it, makes a cut at the 15, gets across the 20, and then he is pushed backwards from the 22-yard line, and Roseburg will start with the football there. Roseburg football here on The Score is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. And by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. Offense back out there for the Tribe. Looking to try and get some offensive momentum. Tatone stays in the game. They will call out a new play from the backfield. Got to get the snap here in time. They will just ahead of the delay of game. Pass out to the near side to Duper. And Duper will make the catch, but he is trapped right at the line of scrimmage. Seemed like a bit of a grimace on his face. Had a guy wrapped around his leg, but he will actually lose yardage back to the 20. So back 2 yards there on the pass out to the near sideline. 2nd down and 12. The ball on the left hash mark. Up front for Grant's pass. Andrew Proulier up there. He'll move to the middle along with Logan Vineyard. The big boys up front. In the middle. Being very disruptive. They'll cut him. Out to the far side. Pass caught. A good effort there from Gillespie, I believe, with that catch. That ball a little low, and he was right at his hip, and he was able to hang on to it. And back to the huddle go Roseburg. And I believe that was Gillespie on that catch, but it gets them right back to their original line of scrimmage. Only a gain of 2 back to the 22-yard line, and now it's 3rd down and 10. Roseburg trying to work on some passes into the flats. See if their receivers can get into open territory and make some moves. Blazers basketball going on tonight as well. We'll check in on that score. Getting close to halftime, I think, with that one. Looking to pass deep downfield. Going down there is Duper. He's got the catch, and he will take it into Grants Pass territory down to the 35. Makes the adjustment, and a spectacular grab for Duper. Here on the near sideline. I'm not sure how he got underneath that one. It was just Tatone rearing back and firing downfield. He'll take it to the 34 in Grants Pass territory. And so he will get Roseburg into caveman territory after a 44-yard pass completion. And that puts Tatone over 100 yards in the air. Now he'll look to run. It looked like a designed quarterback keeper. He'll try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but I think he's going to just end up a bit short. Put it back to the 35-yard line on the carry by Tatone. They'll give him back to the line of scrimmage. So no gain. So 44 yards on that pass connection to Duper. Puts Tatone at 109 yards through the air. Duper now at 70 yards receiving. Big night for Roseburg. They move a man in motion. Hit in the backfield. Dante Haven comes blitzing through, and he gets Duper on the wide receiver sweep. And Duper is down. He did not see that coming. It was timed perfectly. And as a former linebacker myself, I will tell you, there is no better hit in the game than what just happened there for Dante Haven, but you got to feel for Landon Duper. He got crunched on that play. Timed perfectly on the blitz by Haven, and he was right at the point of contact. The handoff from Tatone, and it was just instantaneous. It's going to be a loss of yardage for Roseburg back to the 40, but now you're thinking, you hope that Landon Duper is going to be okay, maybe just a little shaken up on that play. He'll lose 6 yards, but that is the least of your concerns at the moment. Out there taking a look at him, Julie Deaver. The team on a knee. Let's go ahead and take it. Well, they're going to get him up here. I was about to go to a break, but let's go ahead and keep it right here. I think they're going to make sure that he is good for concussion symptoms, and actually they will take a second. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll come back after the injury timeout. Roseburg trailing 28-6 against Grants Pass on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Out of the injury timeout, back here at Finlay Field, Roseburg with 5:57 to go here in the third quarter, trailing 28-6. They have 3rd down and 16 from the Grants Pass 40. Dominic Tatone looking to pass, the lefty looking to his left, going to go down the near sideline, and he launches it to no one in particular. I think Alaric called the intended receiver down there, but that one airmailed out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down and 16 for Roseburg. A bit of no man's land here, the decision coming, but it does look like the punt unit will come out for the Tribe, and they will kick it back to Grants Pass. So, the drive for Roseburg, one big play there for Landon Duper. Got him into Grants Pass territory. It couldn't be sustained. Duper had to go to the sideline after getting crunched in the backfield. And now Gillespie will try to punt this one away. He gets the kick away just in time, and it'll angle towards the corner. This could be perfect. It goes out at the 1. You cannot place a punt any better than what Dawson Gillespie did there. Doran, his older brother. That may be the first of many slip-ups. I'm getting to the point. Siblings continue to come through. I did that many times with Carson 6 a year ago, with Spencer 6, his older brother. Oh, it gets tough sometimes. But that was Dawson Gillespie with a beautiful punt, trapping him at the 1-yard line. So we'll see if Roseburg can come up with some defensive pressure here on Grants Pass as they are backed up with their heels on their own end zone. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. 28-6, Grants Pass in front. Tonight's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing always available. They'll set up with the ball in the end zone on the snap. Hand it off, running left side, breaking free. It's Spencer Sloan still on his feet as he gets to the 20. And now finally taken down as he falls forward to the 25. And it was short-lived for Roseburg in their hopes of trying to trap Grants Pass in the end zone. Spencer Sloan will give him plenty of breathing room as he takes it 24 yards for a first down carry. So that'll be 63 yards on the night now for Spencer Sloan. That's 2 ball carriers over 60 yards for Grants Pass here this evening. They'll set up with the 3 backs in the backfield surrounding Gonzalez. 1 target either side, low snap, picks it up, hands it off to Sloan again, makes 1 move back to the middle of the field, things open wide up. He refuses to go down, continues to drag 4, 5, 6 Roseburg jerseys out to midfield. That is 2 carries from Spencer Sloan that has taken him 49 yards. He takes it to the 50-yard line. So backs up a 24-yard carry with a 25-yard carry. He's up to 88 yards on the night, the senior Spencer Sloan. He'll set up again the deep man as they continue to look for him. Chang to the right of the formation, spread out wide. They turn, just give it to Sloan again. Why not? Open up. It just parts for him. Oh, it's just a measly 12 yards on that carry for Spencer Sloan, who continues to rattle off yardage here on this drive for Grants Pass. Takes it down to the 38-yard line. Roseburg's half of the field. And that puts him in exactly at 100 yards on the night on the button. 4:26 to go, third quarter, 28-6. Grants Pass in front and charging. They're going to try and pass here. Going left side, got a man there. The defense too late, a step behind, diving for the end zone and in. Touchdown, Grants Pass. In front of Carson Dunn, he couldn't quite catch up a step. And heading into the end zone goes the receiver for Grants Pass. I want to say the numbers 6 and 8 look so similar for Grants Pass. I think it was 6. Yeah, that was Noah Martinez with the touchdown. And the extra point now is through for Miles Anderson. 3 big runs out of Spencer Sloan and then a big touchdown pass to Noah Martinez, his second of the season. And Grants Pass starting to put this one away. They're up 35-6 over Roseburg here in the third quarter. 4:12 to go, a 30-second break. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com. On the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here at Finlay Field, Roseburg football taking on Grants Pass tonight, and we do say thank you to all of our Grants Pass listeners here this evening, tuning in for a good one for their cavemen. From inside the 15-yard line, the return from Roseburg on the kickoff takes them out to the 24-yard line, and that's where the Tribe will start with 4:08 to play in the third. We'll have the ball. Looking to try and move downfield. Roseburg did so on the last one. Trapped Grants Pass deep in their own territory. But then 3 runs from Spencer Sloan. Covered 62 yards total. And then a 38-yard pass from Hunter Gonzalez to Noah Martinez capped it off. They covered 99 yards on that drive for Grants Pass. To pay dirt, leading now by 29. Roseburg will have Evan Corbin out there this time around, the sophomore quarterback. And they will run a guy out there late. Roseburg going to have to move quickly here with the play clock running down. Up to the line come the Tribe. Corbin in shotgun. Klopfenstein to his left, trips to that side as well, looking that direction. Corbin pump fake, pressure coming, he'll step up, things open up on the right side, he'll escape the pocket and gets taken down by his ankles, short of the 30-yard line out to the 29, a nice scamper of 5 yards for Corbin, and I'm liking the progression we've seen from the young man. Looked tentative running the football in the first half, seems a bit more confident and ready to take off and run hard here in the second half of this football game. And as much as Roseburg would love to see the score in their favor, one of their big objectives this year is continuing to get this young roster a lot of experience. And that is what we're seeing throughout this contest tonight, is that, seeing things here and there that look promising for this team. Grants Pass, of course, a lot more experience on their side of the ball, and they've been looking pretty good tonight as well. Penalty flag out on a pass completion to the far side to Ben Pike, the tall receiver, junior on the far side, making that catch out to the 35-yard line, but a penalty flag out. We'll wait and see this one in the middle of the field. It's a chop block against Roseburg. Ball back, or the flag back at the line of scrimmage, so it should count off from there. So that'll push Roseburg back from the 29-yard line. and they'll move him back to the 19. It's been a fairly clean game tonight. Not a ton of penalties out there, which is a good sight, especially with talking about so much about the offenses being a work in progress for most teams around the state. Keeping penalties to a minimum is definitely a nice little thing to see for teams as they continue to work through the playbook. Trips to the left side of the field for Corbin, now facing 2nd and 15. Rolling out to his left. He'll fire it out there. He gets it to Alaric Call. That's a tough throw across his body to a receiver running away from him. It's not going to pick up a ton of yardage, about 4 yards on that one out to the 23, but not too shabby of execution on that pass play. And still staying perfect on the night, Evan Corbin, 4 yards. He's now 5 for 5. 49 yards through the air for him. Thrown a catchable ball, and that doesn't include a pass that was just caught by Bane Pike but wiped out by a penalty. Rolling to his right now, Corbin. Looking downfield, goes the intermediate route, and incomplete. First incompletion of the night for him. Looking for Carson Dunn. Good coverage, though, it looked like, by Dante Haven right behind him. Tough window to fire it into. Corbin gave him a chance. Couldn't quite haul it in. And the punt unit will come out and facing 4th and 11 for Roseburg. They will kick it away. Deep to return for Grants Pass. That is going to be Cole Nicholas. And he'll stand. He goes on the opposite hash mark, knowing that Gillespie continues to kick it to his right, which would be the left for the defense. So he is angled over that direction, assuming the ball's going that way, and it does. And that one's not going to take a great. Oh, it stays inbound. It takes a nice little Roseburg hop. I thought it was going to angle more towards the sideline and not cover as much yardage, but it bounces and stays inbound, goes across the 50. Grants Pass will have it at their own 46-yard line. 1:55 to go, third quarter. Grants Pass melting this one away here. Portland Trailblazers basketball going on tonight. Blazers taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Second night of back-to-back games for the Blazers. They're on a 3-game winning streak. We'll check in with that score as soon as the app loads on my phone here. Blazers trailing by 6 in the fourth quarter of that one, 107-101. Hunter Gonzalez in at shotgun, looking to go downfield, has some time, fires down there and overthrows Dante Haven. Behind him, a couple of defenders there with maybe a chance at trying to pick that one off, but neither in quite the right spot for that one. Second down and 10 for the Cavemen from their own 46 with 1:50 the clock stopped there. Hunter Gonzalez last week threw for 151 yards. He's over that mark here this week. He had 2 TDs last week, his first of the season. He was 14 for 24. He will hand it off, running left side is Hood. He's going to break it back to the near side where things open up. He runs into one of his own guys, now cannot get away from Colton Marsters. I have been impressed with the tackling ability of Marsters. He was the only guy out there, and he was able to handle his own defender in front of him. That forced Hood to run into his own guy and slowed him up. Marsters brings him down, and the rest of the defense there to help out. But a nice run by Hood to the Roseburg 39. Picks up good yardage, but I like the open field ability there from Colton Marsters. That is a 15-yard carry for Hood. Brown in the backfield, gets the ball on the handoff from Gonzalez, running left side, follows the big lineman up front, ate up the linebacker. He just waited to see which side that Garrett Scholes was going to try to go around the big lineman in front of him, and then went the opposite direction and was able to pick up down to the 31-yard line. That is a 8-yard run for Jaden Brown. And they are going to start wearing this third quarter clock off. 68 yards on the ground tonight. On our YouTube channel, getting a score update from South Medford and Eagle Point tonight, 34-7, South Medford in front, according to our YouTube comment section there. Shout out to everybody on the comment section. Looking to throw, Hunter Gonzalez with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter, going towards the end zone. Had Devick chained down there, one-on-one coverage with Logan Klopfenstein. It's just overthrown. And it's going to be 3rd down and 2. So 3rd down and 2 with 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Grants pass in Roseburg territory. Could be 4-down territory here with the ball at the 31. Need just the 2 yards to get the first. Could be, if the clock continues to run, if they get the first down, could be the final play of this third quarter here for Grants pass. 3 backs in the backfield, as we've seen most of the night. Handed off. Brown stuck at the line. Gets across the 30. Down to the 28, it looked like. That is going to be just past the necessary yardage needed for the first down. They will stop the clock with 17 seconds to move the chains. First down carry for Brown. Gets him to the 27, which will be good for a 4-yard carry. And now they will start the clock. 10 seconds to go, and Grants pass is ready to head to the fourth quarter. 35-6 your score. Grants pass here tonight. Hanging on and keeping things comfortable against Roseburg. We'll head to the fourth quarter when we come back after this 60-second break. 60 seconds. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM in Grants Pass, and here in Douglas County on The Score, 92.3 FM. And 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome back here to Finlay Field, everyone. We come back, just one play late. Grants pass takes it down to the 14-yard line for a first down carry of 13 yards for Brown. And whistles stopping everything here. A penalty flag is out. False start going to be called against Grants pass as we welcome you back here for the fourth quarter. 35-6 your score, just starting this final period here. It was a 13-yard run by Brown on that first carry. But now a false start by Grants pass is going to move them back 5 yards to the 19. And that is where they'll set up for first down and 15. First and 15, they spread one man wide out to the right side. That's Cole Nicholas. On the near side, Noah Martinez. Haven, the tight end, to the left of the formation. Pistol with Brown, the deep man. Turn, hand it to him. Runs right up the middle, gets to the linebacker. It's Alaric Call that stands him up right around the 15. Carried him forward. His forward progress will take him down to about the 13.5. It's a pickup of 6 on that carry by Brown. Under 11 minutes to play here as the clock will start running here in the fourth quarter. Brown back at the 20 in that pistol set. The fullback Ruiz in, set to the right of Gonzalez. They'll move Hood left to right. Fake the handoff there, give it to Brown. He gets trapped in the backfield. The play takes too long, and Roseburg gets into the backfield to stuff that one out. They put it down at the 14, a loss of 1 on the carry for Brown. He's at 90 yards on the evening. Next week for Grants Pass, presuming they win here tonight against Roseburg, which they are in the direction of heading to at 35-6. They will move on to take on South Medford next week at home for Grants Pass. They're at Mel Ingram Field. Roseburg next week is on the road at North Medford, down at Spiegelberg. Gonzalez rolling to his left, looking towards the end zone. The out route over the top of the intended receiver in the end zone. Incomplete. And that brings up third down. Makes it 4th down and 10. 4-down territory, I'd presume here. Maybe they, with a comfortable lead, they may look to try and test out the field goal team. Right now the ball at the 14. So you're looking at a 31-yard attempt here coming up. Right-footed kicker Miles Anderson, his first field goal attempt of the night, I believe of the season. He'll kick. He's got enough foot behind it. If it's through, it's good. It is. So the field goal from 31 yards out is good. And Grants Pass will add 3 more to their total. On top 38-6 over Roseburg here. 31-yard field goal. Miles Anderson, a junior, doing pretty good with the foot there. 9:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Your score 38-6. Grants Pass in front. Tonight's video stream of Roseburg football. It's been great to see everybody tuning in to follow the action with us here tonight. It's been sponsored by Renco General Contractors. They specialize in industrial and commercial construction. So whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. Anderson will go out there to kick this one away, his team leading big. He's been kicking short quite a bit. He'll get that line drive kick. It goes right to Dawson Gillespie. Catches it like it was a pass. Then he just puts his head into the chest. A couple of the return guys takes it out across the 41. You love to see the effort. I know the score not in Roseburg's favor right now, and it has not necessarily been for a while, but you love to see kids out there still fighting their way through. 9:46 to go in the ball game. Roseburg with their 4th possession of the second half, trailing 38-6. Keeping an eye on some of these tournament games. It sounds like that San Diego State did get upset 78-62 by Syracuse. That's an 11 over a 6 seed there. Blazers have rallied. They lead 115-110 with 2:51 to go in the 4th. Short pass to Alaric Call, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Out there at quarterback is Evan Corbin. And his pass right on target, but pressure coming as he was trying to make that catch for Alaric Call, and it just got knocked loose from his hands, and so couldn't quite hang on to that one. Only 2 incompletions on the night for Corbin. 5 of 7 through the air. Corbin in shotgun blitz coming for Grants Pass. He gets it away quickly. Juggled by Call this time, but he hangs on to it. Going out of bounds. He'll pick up just a couple. Nice read seeing the blitz coming there from Corbin, getting it away quick. And a nice job by Alaric Call to be attentive, finding that ball quickly. And a nice juggling act as he was going out of bounds to pull that one in. He gets it out to the 44. It was only a 3-yard gain, unfortunately. 3 catches on the night for Alaric Call. Corbin will run the play out there. 3rd down and 7 with the clock running at 9:04 in the 4th quarter. Stick around. We'll have a quick post-game show here where we'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for the Roseburg Indians. The winner of the Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game getting a $50 gift card to Mountain Mike's. Call moves in motion right to left, and they draw the defense offside. Hard snap count there from Evan Corbin, and the sophomore pulling off a veteran move. We do have a quarterback warming up on the sideline for Grants Pass. They may be looking to get some other guys into this game. Over there throwing on the sideline is Caleb Martinez, along with Jace Blanchard, a couple of players listed as QBs, one a junior. That is Martinez, and Blanchard, the sophomore. Both getting loose over there. We'll see if either one comes in to our ball game if Grants Pass gets the ball back. Low snap, Corbin pulls it in, now trying to run after he couldn't find his first target. He'll escape the pressure, but after drawing the defense offside, they didn't get the first down on the penalty, and then they lose 2 yards back to the 47. So a 5-yard penalty, then a 2-yard sack, back to the 47. And now here comes the punt unit. Gillespie, the right-footed kicker, angles again to the right, coming up to try and make the catch. He does. It's Nicholas weaving through traffic out across the 45. He'll find his way out to the 43-yard line. That's where Grants Pass will take over. So the question will be, who will be in at quarterback with 8:05 to go here for the Cavemen, as we had new guys warming up over there. Hunter Gonzalez, the senior, has been looking very good here tonight, but his night could be done. And they will bring in the junior. It'll be Caleb Martinez who will come out. And that gets the huddle excited there as they recognize that they're getting other guys in there and an opportunity to play. So Martinez, the junior, his first snap of the night, in shotgun, turns, hands it to Spencer Sloan. Sloan running right side, gets to the 45-yard line before he is stood up and shoved backwards by the Roseburg defense. Pickup of 2 on the ground. It's been great having the band out here again tonight as they start to play down there. Miss having them in that atmosphere here at Roseburg High School, one of the best bands in the state, in my opinion, and I've heard a few. They always sound good, thanks to the leadership of Mr. Hansen down there. 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Score is 38-6. Grants Pass leading the way. Martinez will hand it off again to Sloan, running right side. Penalty flag out across the 50, tackled by Alaric Call. This looks to be in the area of a hold and coming back. And Grants Pass walking back as well. Tonight's contest brought to you by Current Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721. They will back him up. So the penalty takes Grants Pass back to their own 35-yard line. A loss of 10 on that play. $7:12 to go in the ball game. Grants Pass will break the huddle on the near side. Nicholas, the lone receiver out there. Martinez looks his direction. The backup now flushed out to his right, scrambling. He'll throw back over the middle. Had Jet Hood there open. Always kind of a dangerous decision to try and throw back across your body over the middle after scrambling out of the pocket. But Caleb Martinez gets away with it. It falls in and out of the hands of Jet Hood as he was getting tackled as he was trying to make that catch. And it's now 3rd down and 18. Roseburg's defense trying to keep that pressure on. Not to give up another score here. I know 38 points, a lot to give up, but facing a very big offensive line from Grants Pass, I've been impressed with some of what I've seen out of this Roseburg defense. Turn, fake the handoff. Caleb Martinez rolling to his right, winds up, fires downfield. He's got Dante Haven, who steps out of bounds at at the other side of the 45. It's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down, and they've got about 8 yards still to go. They're going to put it at the 45. There's a pickup of 10 for Haven, but it wasn't enough. They'll be 8 yards shy. First pass completion of the night for Caleb Martinez, the backup quarterback. David Ruiz, the punter, will come out to kick this one away. Man, I've been thinking they've been so close to seeing one sail over the top of his head throughout this evening, but he's been able to get to all of them. He'll set up at his own 30. The snap this time. They go with the fake. It's Haven on the carry. Their direct snap to him. He's got the first down and more. Coming up to make the tackle for Roseburg. Penalty flag is out. At the end of that play, might be an unsportsmanlike there. He's trying to catch the number. I thought it was 14 for Roseburg, but I don't think that was it. It might have been Colton Marsters. The flag sits at the 35, which is a couple of yards shy of where they marked him down at the 32 on the fake punt. And it's going to be a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike. It's against Grants Pass, so they will give him the run on the fake punt and then walk it back. So it should be a first down for Grants Pass down to the 35 on Roseburg's half of the field, which would be a 20-yard pickup on the run by Haven. And then they walk it back to the 48-yard line. So actually, I guess they'll give them down to the 33 is where they're going to spot that penalty. So make it a 22-yard run by Haven on the fake punt. Then a 15-yard penalty back to the 48-yard line. Timeout down on the field. It's going to be... Well, I'm always bad about keeping track of the timeouts for those watching on the video stream. They've got Roseburg with 3 timeouts still left and Grants Pass with 2. Joey Kieran here with you from Roseburg High School. Appreciate everybody tuning in and watching on 541radio.com, and we want to say thanks to Chuck Benson and all of the folks down at KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM down in Grants Pass for taking our feed here tonight. It's great to work with the other broadcasters here in Southern Oregon. I think fans in Southern Oregon, you guys, I think we've got it made pretty well here. The coverage of our local sports in this region, much better than what you get a lot of the state. And there's a lot of longtime folks down here that have been putting a lot of hard work in to cover these things, and Chuck's one of them down there in Grants Pass, so we appreciate him putting us on. We wish he could be here calling the game for you guys down there as well. Shotgun snap after the penalty. It is 1st and 10. Pass it out to the near side, and it's Uriarte who will get a couple of yards on the completion to the 47. They'll give him, I think, they'll give him 1 yard on that one. That's going to be the first catch of the night for Uriarte. He gets 1. And there is a penalty flag out there. Missed that. It's out there in the middle of the field right near the 50, and it's going to be against Grants Pass. So that'll negate that 1 yard pickup. They put it back to the 42. So they go back across the 50 to their own side of the field for Grants Pass. They'll break the huddle here with 6:32 to go in the ball game and counting. 38-6 your score. Grants Pass in front. In shotgun, the backup quarterback Martinez fires on the slant route. It's caught by Uriarte again. This time it looks like I think we are clear of any penalty flags, and I think Uriarte will have the catch out to the 48. That's a pickup of 6. We'll put together final numbers for you coming up in our post-game show again, and we'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for Roseburg. Roseburg showing some blitz, but they'll back off here on 2nd down and 14. Hand it off, and Brown going nowhere in a battle with Alaric Call. They end up with a stallmate there, nowhere to go. In fact, actually losing a yard. Back to the 47. Alaric Call coming up with the tackle for loss. Brown on his 17th carry of the night, going backwards by 1. He's got 2 touchdowns this evening, right around 90 yards tonight. Over 100 yards for Spencer Sloan. Didn't find the end zone, did have 1 fumble. Pistol formation for Grant's pass. It's Sloan, the deep end. He stays in to block, looking to pass. Martinez going deep downfield, has 2 defenders all over the receiver. He catches it and draws the defensive pass interference penalty. What a play downfield. That is Cole Nicholas with the catch down to the 23. I think that ball just up there so long and a little bit short. Everybody was trying to fight back to it, and the Roseburg defenders just kind of ended up draped all over the intended receiver who knew where the ball was coming down, while Roseburg's players couldn't get their heads turned around fast enough. It's going to be a defensive pass interference. The penalty is declined because you'd rather just take the pass yardage. They put it down at the 23, which would be good for a 30-yard pass completion to Nicholas, his first catch of the night. So it's 1st and 10 from the Roseburg 23 for Grant's pass with 4.5 minutes to play. Hard cut on the left foot for Sloan. He cuts right up the middle, just right through the valley of the defense there, all the way inside the 15, down to the 11, and that's good for another first down carry. It's a 12-yard pickup for Sloan. So 12 yards for Sloan on his 12th carry. He's at 114 on the night. And if I were the coaches for Grant's pass, I'd be trying to call a play for him to get him in the end zone. He's been working so hard for you all night. Get him the payoff with the touchdown. They'll hand it off again. Sloan up the middle, still on his feet. A big scrum at the 5, down to the 3. And they are trying to give him the payoff here. Sloan will actually come out of the game as they bring in a new man into the backfield, it looks like. He took it down to the 3. An 8-yard pickup on that first down carry. And I believe coming in for him is Joseph Miner, the senior. Plays defense, had a good game last week. He'll be the deep back now behind Caleb Martinez, the backup quarterback in there. Haven and Ruiz in the backfield. Turn, give it to Miner, running left side. Things open up across the goal line for the score. Joseph Miner, the senior, getting a chance to get in the end zone here tonight. A 3-yard touchdown run for Grant's pass. And with that, it's now 44-6 with 3:19 to go. Extra point coming here for Miles Anderson. He has been perfect on the night. Extra points and a 31-yard field goal. And he would have made that one if it was from 31 yards again. Dead center and along to boot. The kick is good, and that makes it 45-6. Grant's pass in front with 3:19 to play in this ball game. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll come back to finish this one out for you. Roseburg trailing Grant's pass on 541radio.com. On KJO AM 1270 and 99.7 FM in Grant's Pass, and here in Roseburg on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as Ari Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
3:04 to play in the fourth quarter. Another low kick goes right to Dawson Gillespie for the Roseburg Indians. He'll take it out across the 45, or excuse me, the 35 out to the 38. And that is where Roseburg will start with the football. Clock is running now here in the fourth quarter. And so Roseburg will have it. Running clock should eat up the rest of this contest, you would believe. Roseburg has the football at the 38-yard line. It'll be Dominic Titone back out there. He'll head under center. They'll move Klopfenstein in motion, turn, hand it off. No, keeper again for Titone on the option. That veer left option there for Titone goes for about a 2-yard gain out to the 40. Titone picking up 2. Tonight's contest also been brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Also want to say thanks to Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Dr. Alanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. Second down and 8, middle of the field, handed off. It's Steinacre going nowhere. That ball stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the big running back. 5 carries for him on the night. Final score from that Blazers game, they were down by 7, I think it was, when we first checked in on it in the fourth quarter. Portland rallies and runs away with it, 125-119 over the Dallas Mavericks. That's the Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks. Doncic getting that starting position over Damian Lillard. Maybe he had a little bit of momentum there. Blazers win their 4th straight. 54 seconds to go here in the ball game with the running clock in the fourth quarter. 45-6 your score. It's 3rd down and 8, and Roseburg's going on the dive again. It is Steinacre on the carry out to the 44. He'll pick up 4 yards on that carry, and that won't quite do it just yet. Goes out to the 44, 29 seconds and counting here in this one, and we are just about out of here. It is the 4th down and 4 yards. And Roseburg's going to leave the offense on the field, assuming with the running clock that Grants Pass won't have a chance to try and do anything else with it. 10 seconds to go here in the ball game. Under center, Titone will walk up there. He'll snap the ball, turns, he fumbles, and it's picked up by Grants Pass. And that's going to do it. Coming away with the football on that fumble and a fumble on the exchange of the football. Coming away with it for Grants Pass was Corbin Sawyer. And that's how this one finishes out here tonight. Final score of this one, 44-6. Grants Pass is going to get the win, and they improve to 2-1 on the season. Roseburg will fall to 0-2. We'll come back with your post-game show, do a quick recap here, take a look at stats, and name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for Roseburg here tonight. Back after this, after tonight's contest, Grants Pass winning over Roseburg 44-6. You've been watching Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on our Score YouTube channel. And you've been listening down in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and KJO.com. And here in Douglas County on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
I am a nurse,
A firefighter,
a college student,
A mother.
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
My family.
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil at regular price through the end of March and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and our 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change, get one free through the end of March at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube next to Champion Car.
Not too shabby. What's that? Welcome back, everybody, here for your post-game show from Roseburg High School tonight. Your final score, 44-6. Grants Pass pulling off the win here tonight. Joey Kieran here with you from Finlay Field as the band plays us out tonight. It's been a beautiful night for football, feeling like fall as the rain does start to come down just a little bit, sprinkling here again in the Umpqua Basin as we finish out tonight's broadcast. A great win for Grants Pass tonight. They start to pull away after both teams kind of struggled to get some consistency in the first half. Grants Pass puts it away in the second half of tonight's contest. Roseburg does not score after the first quarter. It was 7-0 Grants Pass early. Roseburg got a score with 9:31 to go in the first quarter, and it was 7-6 at that point. And at the end of one, it was Grants Pass getting one more score in there with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, led 14-6 after the first quarter. In your second quarter, it was a lot of punts back and forth as the defenses really played stout. Grants Pass, though, would get a score with 17 seconds to go in the first half, and they led 21-6 going into the break. Recapping the rest of tonight's contest in the second half, we had a fumble by Roseburg early on that was turned into points by Grants Pass, and it kind of felt like that was the straw that broke the camel's back for the Cavemen. They would start to roll from there. They led 28-6 after a 3-yard touchdown run from Spencer Sloan with 8:53 to go in the third quarter. They'd add another touchdown in the third on a touchdown pass from Hunter Gonzalez, connecting with Noah Martinez from 38 yards out. It was 35-6 at the end of the third quarter, and then Grants Pass would add a 31-yard field goal in the fourth quarter, a 3-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, and they would win 45-6. That was your final score. We'll take a look at team numbers and individual statistics from this one when we come back as we continue on with your continue on with your post-game show. We'll also name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game when we come back, wrapping things up here from Finlay Field. Roseburg falls to Grants Pass tonight, 44-6, your final score. Back after this 2-minute break here on 541radio.com, in Grants Pass on KJO AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and here in Douglas County on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on three factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Back here at Finlay Field, high atop in the press box as we wrap things up tonight. It's getting a little quiet out there. That must mean the band is done here for the evening, and it is about time for us to wrap things up here as well. But before we get out of here, we'll take a look at some of your statistics and stats from this one here tonight. Statistics and stats, that's the same thing, Joey. It must be the end of the broadcast. I'm starting to talk nonsense here for you. Looking at it here real quick, some of the turnover numbers, always a statistic to watch throughout a ball game. Roseburg finished with 3 turnovers in this one. That means that they would end up being now they did get 1, so they are even on the turnover margin on the season at should be 5 apiece, 5 takeaways, 5 giveaways for Roseburg so far on the season. Grants Pass had the 1 giveaway here tonight on a fumble in the first half. Taking a look at individual statistics tonight. We'll start with the visiting team, Grants Pass. Individual stats from this one. Hunter Gonzalez, starting quarterback, 8 for 20 through the air unofficially for 175 yards with 1 touchdown. Caleb Martinez came in as the backup. He threw 3 for 3 for 46 yards. Spencer Sloan carried 13 times, 122 yards on the night. Did not finish with a touchdown, did have 1 fumble. Jaden Brown came in. He had 17 carries on the night for 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jed Hood had 3 carries, 28 yards. And Hunter Gonzalez, 3 carries, 3 yards tonight. And you had Dante Haven a carry for 22 yards on a fake punt. Through the air with receptions, Devik Chang finishes with 3 catches for 111 yards and a score. You had Dante Haven with 4 catches for 39 yards. Cole Nicholas for 1 catch, 30 yards. You had Noah Martinez. He had a catch. I think he actually had 2 catches because I think I did not write his touchdown in there. That's why these are unofficial stats for you here. Had the touchdown grab of 49 yards. I thought it was 38 now that I'm looking at this. 38-yard touchdown grab for Martinez in the second half, which would mean 2 touchdown passes for Gonzalez. I forgot to write down the second. There we go. Guys started getting away from us there late in that one, and my apologies. So add another 38 yards to Gonzalez's total. That puts him over 200 on the night, and it'll put him at 213 there. And 38 yards for Martinez with that score would put him at 73 total on the evening. And that is most of your stats there for Grants Pass on that side. Dominic Titone was 4 for 6 through the air, 109 yards. He had 2 big completions, a 65-yard touchdown at the early portion of the game and a 44-yard connection. Evan Corbin was 6 for 8 on the night, 52 yards through the air for him. Completions to Klopfenstein for a 65-yard touchdown. Duper had 4 catches for 70 yards. Alaire Call had 3 catches for 9 on the ground. 6 carries for Steinacre for 13 yards. You had 7 carries for 7 yards for Titone. And Klopfenstein had 4 carries, 7 yards tonight. Not a lot of yards on the ground for Roseburg. They did most of the damage through the air. Those are your unofficial stats here this evening. It's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Tonight I'm going to give it to Logan Klopfenstein with the touchdown, a 65-yarder early on in the game. He was able to make the catch on the quick slant, then escaped the safety for the shoestring tackle. He broke it off for that 65-yard score. Logan Klopfenstein is our Roseburg player of the game here tonight. He gets a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza. Congratulations to Logan Klopfenstein there. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight from Roseburg High School. Coming up next for Roseburg, next week they're on the road at North Medford. And a programming note real quick about that. We will not be able to travel on the road to North Medford to cover that game for you. That is just kind of part of the way the restrictions have been right now. I'm also going to be out of town next week. So it kind of fit perfectly that we wouldn't be able to travel, and that's when some time away from the office ended up working out for me. We will be bringing you coverage of Matt Bagley's broadcast of North Medford football against Roseburg coming up next Friday night here on the radio. So you could tune in for coverage on the radio of Roseburg football from our friends down in Medford at 96.1 The Game. That is Matt Bagley who will be broadcasting that. We'll be taking a feed of his, much like some of our broadcast partners have been doing here while their teams have been at Roseburg. So enjoy that broadcast coming up next Friday night. Then my next broadcast for Roseburg football is going to be 2 weeks from tonight when we take on Crater here at Finlay Field. And we'll look forward to having that one for you up on the video player at 541radio.com as well. As for Grants Pass, their next game, it's going to be at home against South Medford coming up next Friday night. Enjoy that one, Grants Pass fans, and thanks so much for tuning in tonight. For everybody that might be listening there on KJO, AM 1270, 99.7 FM, and KJO.com down in the Grants Pass area, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. Or if you were watching online at 541radio.com and on the YouTube channel, we appreciate that as well. I want to say thanks to Russ Bolin for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Say thanks to Grady Hamilton back in the studio tonight for the radio production tonight. For help with the video production this evening, I want to say big thanks to Angela Kieran here in the booth with me. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. Look forward to talking to you in 2 weeks for Roseburg football against Crater. Enjoy next week's broadcast from Matt Bagley of Roseburg at North Medford. Roseburg fans, thanks so much for tuning in and joining us here this evening. Have a wonderful Friday night, and we'll talk to you again here soon on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.